Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. It is time for day 24. I've just gone to pull it off, but let's open day 24 of our 24-day Advent. Still have my box here. It's now just has a piece of tissue paper in it. But yeah, day 24 is an Add More Zest zesty tray and matching trashy. So this is in silver and gold. Thought it was very Christmassy, sort of two-tone colours, and the trashy is the same. It does have a little bit of silver and gold. Some of them definitely look a little bit more silver, but they are the same. This trashy we were actually going to do as the separate gift a lot earlier on, but then we decided to keep the colour more of a surprise. We'd put them together and give you a couple of different trashies further on. So that was one of our later minute changes. I have actually pulled out a pen from Kate Heard. This I think was actually in their Advent a couple of years ago. And I pulled out the September tray of the matte blue, which we did to sort of match this painting. But I might actually use my tray from today instead. So this is a little bit smaller. This is the zesty one, but I hope everybody is either all ready for Christmas and has been sorted and has taken a breath. If not, I hope that you have reached the point where you have decided that what you have done is enough. Because we know we all reach that point. I have kind of reached that point with my YouTube videos. So I wanted, ideally, you know, when you have that ideal world list before it is re-evaluated, I wanted to get my videos done for leading up, so between Christmas and New Year, and sort of the beginning of the new year completed, so that I could pretty much switch off from YouTube from now until January had started. However, that's not going to happen. I have accepted that while I could go like a crazy fiend today and fit them in, Caris has come home a day earlier than I expected, which has been a wonderful surprise. But I have, you know, still spent time doing the last couple of WIP Waffles, and to be honest, I want to switch off for Christmas. So hubby goes back to work between Christmas and New Year anyway, so it's not like everybody is off doing everything. And I've done a few videos for between Christmas and New Year. I've not done them all, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I will still have some Christmas, some videos coming up. I will do some between Christmas and New Year, as and when. And yeah, we shall see how it goes. But I will be doing this video. I'm actually filming this on the 22nd. This is the only video that I have filmed more than the day before. Most of them have been the day before. A couple of them, especially at the beginning, have actually been on the day. The first weekend they were on the day, but most of them I filmed the night before for the next day. This is the only one that I filmed just a smidge earlier. So I'm filming this. I am then going to go and finish off a couple of orders that have come in, get those ready for the postie. And once the postie has been, I will be switching off before Christmas. So any messages, emails, etc. just may take a little bit longer for us to get back to. We have decided we are still sending out orders between Christmas and New Year. There's only 3 days that we can post, so we'll still send out any that come in between that time. It's just all the other stuff that normally goes on in the background that you guys don't really notice but would do if we didn't do them. It's those sorts of things that we will just pick up again in January. But yeah, I hope everybody has sort of reached that point where they're like, do you know what? Is this really important? Does it have to be done now? Can it be done later? Or you've got it done already. And I think you find a little bit of a sense of peace when you reach those sorts of decisions of going, okay, I'm done. So I hope you've all reached that point and you can take a breath, spend time with the people that you love, and just have the best Christmas that you can, whatever is going on in your life at the moment. Right, comments, etc. So I'm on comments from the 20th. So I'm not hugely far behind as I'm filming this on the 22nd before the videos from the 22nd has gone up. But comments left on the last few days. I will do a WIP and waffle at some point. I may actually try and squeeze one in for next weekend. We shall see how next week goes. How busy everybody is, what everybody is doing. But yeah, I will get to any comments that I've not got to up to this video. I will get into a longer WIP and waffle on one of my current WIPs at the end of this year, beginning of next. That's the next thing, isn't it? Christmas is tomorrow as you're watching this, and who knows what 2024 is going to bring, but it's quite frightening that we are nearly ready for yet another year to begin. But as long as it's a good one, we all don't mind. Streaks Me says, Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, how loyal are your leaves? She says, just a jingle to get us in the Christmas spirit. She says now she's wondering if I'll sing it. Nah, it takes a lot to get me to sing out loud. She said she sat and whipped out the little 15 by 15 painting from day 14. She said it's so cute and it was lots of fun to do. She said she was surprised to get extra drills that weren't on the canvas. Ooh, wonder how they sneaked in. She says it was a neat little bonus. She also said her New Year job, in brackets, is getting her spare drill storage done and D-kit finish projects. Well, I'm joining you on that one. I have quite a few projects to D-kit. I will have, of course, this Christmas one. I'll also have the other Christmas one that I've been doing to D-kit. I've still got a couple of paint gems to D-kit. I've got AB diamonds that I actually got from fan sales quite a while ago. I keep forgetting that I need to put those in with all my other ABs so that I actually think to use them to number all those up. So I've been putting everything into lists for YouTube and arranging some dates to sort of spread all those things out with all the other videos I want to do. I need to set my goals for 2024. Yeah, so I've got lots of exciting things. I want to, of course, there'll be my Heaven and Earth design painting, the full rollout. I need to do that. I also, of course, want to show you guys my craft space and the Add More Zest studio space. So I've been penciling in all of those things in YouTube. So it's going to be a very exciting January. Lots and lots of different videos mixed in with dekittings and things, all to do over the next month or so. And I also need to sort out the rest of my spare storage, so my rounds, and decide, I think I'm going to have to split my squares into another box, do all that sort of stuff. All that sort of organisation is mixed in with my January videos, so that should be good. And then I can actually start my 190 plus colour painting. I'd be tempted to start it during this off time, this Christmas, but I know that me and my youngest will probably want to do a jigsaw. So we'll probably have that spread out on the table at some point once I have switched off for Christmas, when this video's done. She says she's also wanting to finish her White Christmas and patio with flowers paintings. Well, projects. No, painting, sorry, yeah. She says those are my January plans so far. Get sorted out for your spares, get cleaned up, get WIPs finished. Nice sort of, even though it's the new year, start the new year off with, you know, finishing up things from 2023 or that were started in 2023. That's sort of, I think, what a few of my little projects to start off with is what do I need to finish up diamond painting wise from this last year. I've got projects that I've not touched for quite a while, so maybe that's what I'll diamond paint rather than starting my high colour painting. I think I might work on finishing up, I need to finish up Purple Tiger, and I've also got my other couple of paintings that are on the go. I think it'd be quite nice to sort of see how far I can get with those in time off I've got. While also spending time with family. There are times when they're out and about and doing things. So I might try and get in a few hours of diamond painting and working towards finishing some of those up, because it would be kind of nice to get those finished up and sort of start on a clean slate. I can go a couple of weeks into January with those because I haven't got a plan yet to start my high colour painting until I finish sorting out my spares. So there's a couple, I think I've got 2 videos to finish sorting out my spares, and then I'm going to replace this that with a weekly WIP and Waffle on my high colour painting. So yes, I think it's going to be rather exciting to sort of start that one, but I think it would also be nice if I could get finished up with maybe my Diamond Art Club mystery and my other one, so that I can start bringing in new ones for the new year. She says, thank you so much for all you do for us and have a wonderful evening. Thank you. I hope you have an amazing Christmas. Debbie says she's ready for Christmas. Mulled wine is in the slow cooker and she is sat diamond painting and catching up on my videos. Oh, thank you. She also says, what audiobooks are you listening to, please? At the moment, I am loving listening, I'm re-listening to a series that I've actually listened to a few times. It is by J.D. Robb, that is a pseudonym for Nora Roberts. It's not her sort of romance line, it is a it's the story and life and of course crimes of a cop in New York City called Lieutenant Eve Dallas. It is set in does it start in 1957 or it starts in 1958? So there are a few things that are a little bit different, a little bit more futuristic, should we say, but they are not things that are out of the realms of possibility. It's not like full-on sci-fi, but it does have those little things that are a little bit different. I absolutely love it. So it sort of follows her line. There is some romance in it. There is some drama in it. There is some crime in it, and all the rest. But I absolutely love the series of books. There must be 60 odd books now. I am currently on book 3, I think, of a reread. Whether I will get through all 60, especially when listening to them, because when they're listened to, of course, I can't speed read past parts. They are, yeah, whether I will get through them all before there is a new release next year, I doubt it. So what I may do is pause, then listen to the new one and then go back to the older ones, but then tag the new one on the end again, because I always like to read the new ones a couple of times. I often go back about 4 or 5 books, listen to those, the new one comes out, I listen to it, or sometimes I listen to the new one when it comes out and then just go back 4 or 5 books and then re-listen to it. But yeah, so absolutely love that series. Grayla Gran says she is so behind. She says she's been trying to figure out what to get the boyfriend for Christmas. He keeps saying he doesn't really need anything. Gotta love it when they say that. Sorry, I'm just scooting my rhinestones up to make the gap look good, and sometimes I just find that using my nail is well easier. Just want them to just a little bit of breathing room. She says he doesn't want it. He keeps saying he doesn't want anything and he just wants to hang out. She says, okay, fair enough, but I'm a gifty person. She says she started a wall quilt years ago for him. She said it's black and white and modern looking. She says she's still quilting on it by machine. So she's going to wrap it up unfinished and take her big Bernina to his house and get it finished before New Year's. She says she thinks that's a good gift. Getting a hand quilted quilt is an amazing gift. I would love to learn how to quilt, but I also know that I would want all the gadgets and all the toys. And even though I have moved Add More Zest out of the house, I don't have the space for that. So at the moment, I currently watch a few quilters on Instagram and try to get my fix that way, though it doesn't fully work, but anyway. She says now if she could just find the bounding fabric too. Yes, you're going to need that if you want to finish it before New Year. Otherwise he's just going to have a quilt that is lovely quilted but is not bound. Debbie, she says, sorry Rebecca, she said she had to pause me for a moment. She is doing a Heaven and Earth design diamond painting while listening to me. Right, hang on, I need to shuffle these diamonds as well. I knew I'd need to shuffle these ones. I think it was these that stopped me from deciding to fill in that gap, or one of the gaps, this gap, earlier on. Okay, she says she's doing a Heaven and Earth design diamond painting while watching the Advent Waffle, and she got completely lost and put a whole load of diamonds in the wrong place. You do need like all your wits plus more about you when doing a Heaven and Earth design until you get in the rhythm of it. She says, but she's back on track and I am now unpaused. She said, have a great evening. Fantastic. As long as you don't pause me and I'm in a weird place or look like I'm pulling some weird sort of move with my diamond painting skills or not, depending on the day, she says, then it'll be fine. Oh, this does look so pretty with the rhinestones though. I do really like the finish that it sort of gives to this gap while I'm keeping this one as a full one. Mysterious Days. She said she had to watch this in 2 sessions. She says as the Lego conversation reminded her that she needed to research the Lego Friends 2023 Advent calendar for her best friend. She said because she got a wrong little package and she didn't want to be spoilt. She said it turns out she got 2 of one piece instead of a little cat. The calendar itself, she said, at least for the Friends variation, she said is only about $20. She said she had been eyeing a $50 Christmas tree one, but ultimately she decided against it. So there we go. There are a few different types of Lego advent calendars out there. She says anyway, she said she redid her storage. She got her Diamond Art Club / high quality box set up and her ABs. She says she'll do her budget box at a later date as she rarely uses budget kits now. She says she's watching the second half as she is temporarily kitting down little baggies. Kitting down in little baggies a few kits. She kitted up a lot and now she's overwhelmed. And she wants her Elizabeth Ward storage for the Diamond Art Studio Advent since they're her favourite. So she's just going to move it to there. That is the thing sometimes, isn't it, when kitting up so many. I know I find every now and then, I think it was Melissa that said it the other day, that she'd kitted up quite a few and it just became too much and she's concentrating on one. I think having multiple kitted up, it can be fun. And I've done it with spinning the wheel and it's great. However, once it has sort of been paused, stopped because I push White Christmas to the front and all that sort of stuff, it can get where you feel like you've had them kitted up too long and it's like you guilt yourself thinking that you should be working on all of them. And yeah, I do find that while I'm still going to enjoy keeping the couple of them kitted up, I think I may take this time, this sort of Christmas time, before I start doing my high colour one, which I may work on outside of YouTube, outside of the WIP and Waffle, but that I know I'll definitely work on during the WIP and Waffle. I think I might try and maybe finish my mystery, maybe not, maybe finish my other one. And what I might do, because I've got my 190 plus colour one, I might try and keep it that I have 130 by 40, one large square and one large round. And they're what goes on my decision wheel. Because I also have my paint gem and I have my high colour one. So I'll have a think about it over Christmas while I'm seeing how far I can get on some of those, as to how many is a nice number for me to have kitted up. Because sometimes I can have 3 paint gem kitted up and I can be quite happy to ignore them sometimes. Like I don't feel like they have to be completed by, within a certain amount of time. And I have phases where I love sitting and doing a couple of them and then I won't touch them for a month or so. But with the big ones, I can feel guilty if I've not worked on them for a bit. So we'll have to see how that goes. Right, let me do this N and Y up the top. Keep those sort of peachy colours all done before I move up. Blossom Chops, she says, please show us your hair. She says she's been given one of those pink colouring combos and she'd love to see what my hair looks like. Oh, now that's the only thing, because I've not spotted this comment sooner. All I got was a toner put in, so it is one that washes out. I will see if I can get a picture of it in. I don't know that it's going to show up on camera if I just sort of stick my head under the lens. But I will see if I can get a picture of it, sort of what it looks like. But it does only show up on my sort of lighter blonde, and I am due to wash it, so it will end up disappearing from my hair. It's just sort of a couple of days, you know, when you first get home from the hairdressers. I didn't want it to stay pink for a long time, but I did want it as just that little touch. And I've missed an N. Oh, right, hang on. I've ended up with a little bitty bit, and I've ended up missing just this little one that transfers over here. There we go. We're back to normal now. Right, I actually have the letter Q here. So I kind of feel like now I need to do the blues before I move on to the blacks and greys. Yeah, I will see if I can find or get a picture taken if it doesn't look too dirty, because I do know I need to wash it. I will see if I can get one and I'll bob it up in the group. Bella, she says, Rebecca, she says, is that a wood pen? If it's the one from Jay's Hand Turned Gifts, yes, it is a wood pen. It is a gorgeous wooden pen. There was a few different colours that we could choose from, or that you can choose from on their eBay listing, and I just chose a colour of wood that I just like the sort of tones of. She said she wants to get a wood tone pen, but she's curious as to how it's working out. Kira has also commented and said she's curious on its weight, comparability speaking. So that wooden pen I've had for a good couple of years. I've had a few times where it has been my go-to pen, sort of my used a lot pen. I found it is well and truly standing up to the test of time. In comparison to a resin pen, it is lighter. It's not as heavy a material. I do have, on that specific pen, I do have the sort of pen blank tip on the end of it, which does have a little bit more weight than not having that wood, because of course it's had metal added to the end. But I still find it is slightly lighter than the resin pens, and the wooden pen that we sell in our shop is very popular because it's lighter. Though it's not a hand turned specifically made pen, it is a lighter pen because it's a wood pen. But yeah, they're nice to work with, and they're a nice pen to vary things up with as well when you want to sort of vary the weights of pens that you're using, which can help, you know, your hands not fall into that trap of using the same thing over and over. It can help relieve any sort of cramp or pain or anything you may feel in your hands if you use the same pen over and over again. Right, let me change colour. Switch over to the R, and I've just thrown the lid to this one. So let me find that. Cat lady, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she's awaiting confirmation that her eldest will be arriving tomorrow evening. She said he's not the most communicative of people. The male species often aren't. She says, but he was making progress when she checked in with him earlier this week. She says she had a hospital appointment today, that they were looking for nasty things, but they didn't find any. That's amazing news. She says, but she does need to pay attention to her acid reflux. So no rich food, she says. So that will start after Christmas. It's too close to Christmas to be telling you things like that. She said life is getting busy, so she's not sure when she'll be on here. Not sure she will be on here on time over the coming days, she says, but she hopes that I get to spend some quality time with my family and that we all have a lovely Christmas and a great New Year. Thank you. That is our plan. The house has definitely got noisier since Caris has been back. But then again, you know, it's not only Caris is back, it's all the kids have finished work for Christmas. So it's a mixture of the two. But yeah, things are definitely going to get a little bit more crazy over here. That's for sure. So once this video's done, I'm going to go and sneak into the Add More Zest space, potentially on my own, we shall see. Finish packing up the orders that have come in late on. Make sure that they get out in the last post that we will have this side of Christmas, the last collection that we will have this side of Christmas. And then my plan is to switch off until after Christmas. And we were planning on doing some bits between Christmas and New Year anyway, so it'll just be a little bit lighter and a little bit more slower paced than usual. Liz, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, on the subject of towel clips for holding the canvas to an easel, she said she discovered tablecloth clips available from Amazon, etc. She said to attach canvas to an easel. She says the metal ones are better than the plastic ones. She has both an A3 and an A2 easel. And the towel clip she had that she borrowed from her holiday supplies bag didn't fit her A2 easel, so she had to find an alternative. So there you go. If any of you didn't get the Advent and therefore the gift yesterday, then that is another item that you can search for to find what you want. The towel clips is actually something that we were looking at wanting to stock potentially as an item that we had in the shop all the time. However, it was very similar to the jar in that they were deeper than our boxes, and therefore it pushed the weight bracket up to ridiculous. So if we can find a solution to be able to sort of add it on, maybe if your order gets to a certain weight, anything like that, which I still don't know if we can do. It is on my list for the between Christmas, New Year sort of thing to look at. And to dig down into, because I think it's something that's not like glaringly obvious. We need to have a brainstorm and a think outside the box, which often takes a little bit longer. So it's on my list to sort of look at. But yeah, if we can find something like that that works, then maybe it is something that we can offer in the future. But yeah, we just need to find a way to make it work and not ridiculous shipping, especially because we ship all over the world. And Nika, she says, hi Rebecca and friends. She says, sorry, she says she couldn't resist any longer. She said she opened all the rest of the bags yesterday. There's a couple of people that have done that now, have got to a certain point and then opened the rest of the bags. She said she loves it. She says specifically the gift for the 24th. She says she loves all the little gifts in this calendar. She says, good job, Rebecca and Megan. She says, waiting in anticipation, she says, for the next one. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you out there in YouTube land. I like that. YouTube land. We're all part of YouTube land. It's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother world of fun and laughter and weird topics. Anne-Marie, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, my teenager just came running into the lounge with a packet in his hand, saying, Mummy, you forgot your diamond painting gift. What did we get today? It's the we part that makes me laugh. What did we get today? I think as soon as you become a mum, nothing is ever yours. She says, wishing you and Will and the kids a wonderful Christmas. Thank you, Anne-Marie. But yeah, the we. It's the we. I did see that one come through on email. I'm sure when there's a lot of comments sort of written around the same-ish time, YouTube only sends a couple of them to me on email because there's always more comments than I've ever seen via email. So I end up missing some of them. It makes it a nice surprise when I get to them as I'm reading through them, but it always, yeah, that one, it did come through on email. It made me chuckle. I actually read it out to Megan last night as well. Lady Dax says, happy winter solstice, everyone. She says we can now look forward to the nights getting shorter and the days getting longer. That is my kind of language. I love the longer days. Absolutely love them. I think that's why spring is probably one of my favourite seasons. I know that I'm pretty sure the longest day isn't in spring. It isn't like during spring, but that is when you really start to notice the days getting longer, and you get out of that sort of winter blues type stage. She says she, having completed the round version of the Add More Zest diamond painting, so she's completed this one in round, she's now trying to catch up on the Diamond Art Studio one. She says, I'm loving it. She says she's going to get back to the square Add More Zest one as soon as she's caught up. I think everybody has underestimated how long that one takes. Probably myself included. I am fairly quick at it, or I was. I've actually finished it, but I am fairly quick at doing it, but it still takes a whole lot longer than I expected. But I get into a little rhythm. It became my thing. I basically sat down and did every evening. And while I wasn't sat on the couch, I was still diamond painting. at the dining table and enjoying getting it finished. But yeah, I think it's turned out lovely. Right, I definitely got all the grey ones. I feel like a couple of these just need a squidge over just to make sure they're looking all good. What do we need now? Number 5. Laurie, she says, glad you mentioned paintings with both 3865 and 5200. She says she's just finished a painting with those two colours and they were the main colours, as the picture is of a Chinese painting of a white rooster on a white background. She says that was fun, in quotes. That was fun. I can imagine. That is a heck of a lot of white and a not quite white, which is basically what they are, isn't it? A white and a not quite white. I can imagine that one was epic, that's for sure. Right. She has given a warning on her next bit about I may not want to read it out loud because it is very sad. So I will read that separately. But she has said it is on the 21st. So if anybody does want to know, it is there. It is a public comment. But I don't want to upset. If it comes with a warning that it could upset people, I don't want to read that one out loud and potentially upset people, especially not on Christmas Eve. But she has said at the end, she's then said, okay, enough. It is a long comment as well. She says, but she does want to take this time, she says, to remember how much each of you in this little community means to me. She said she feels like we are all sitting round a table, dotting away and discussing all sorts of strange and wonderful topics. She says she hopes that your year ends on a bright note and that we can all celebrate a new and wonderful year in 2024. She says, God bless you. Oh, thank you so much, Laurie. I hope you too have an amazing Christmas and New Year. It's all sitting round a table and dotting together sounds awesome. It definitely feels like I'm diamond painting with you guys, even if it's just through, say, the comments and even the likes and the little smiley faces make me smile. So some people, when they don't particularly have, words to say or to discuss, leave little emojis in the comments to sort of let me know that they're there. And I love, I go through my comments daily, Monday to Friday. In December and June it tends to be actually daily. I go through my comments, any comments that are left on other videos, making sure I reply, and reacting to all the little hearts and emojis and things. And even those comments make me smile. It's just like a little higher, and you see the same sort of names pop up and things like that all the time. So yeah, it definitely feels like we're all diamond painting together or doing housework together. I know I do help people get through their daily jobs list, which is also awesome, because I often listen to a lot of YouTube while I'm doing sort of the house cleaning, especially when it comes to cleaning the bathroom. I'd much rather be able to listen to somebody else than listen to my own grumbles when it comes to cleaning the bathroom. So, yeah, if I can help you get through a bathroom clean as much as I can keep you company while you're dotting away, I'm all for it. Definitely. But yeah, that's why I love these WIP and Waffles so much. Just becomes a bunch of friends. Cher loves orange. She says Angus and Argyle are at their house today. So her diamond painting and listening has been in small bits. She says she is sometimes so surprised at how old they are now. They are pleasant, she said, to each other for the most part. So gone are the referee days. Yay. It's such fun watching kids grow up, isn't it? I mean, we often look back and we miss some of the things from when they were younger. But then it's also so nice to see that things like having to be a referee for the day, or what feels like constant fighting, even if it's not. It's also nice to see days like that, or times like that, them growing past the times like that and growing into their own bodies and their own minds and being all the fun little people. Streaks Me says she loves rewatching the WIP Waffles. She said she has lost track of how many times she has watched the end of the Minions painting while doing her WIP. That has been an extremely popular video these last few months. It makes me wonder if it's all you, or if it is other people as well. But the last of the Minions seems to have been watched quite a bit. It is always nice when I can do a finale to a painting on YouTube. I always enjoy being able to share the sort of I'm finished process with you all, especially the Minions, because that was one that I think I started again as a more than one painting, and it did actually get paused and not done for quite a while. I can't even remember what snuck in its place. There's always something with me. So, I can't even remember what sort of took priority over the Minions before I got to finish it. But it was a very big painting. And yeah, I do love getting to a finale of a painting, which I'm getting to with this one as well, which is getting me excited, because I will have completed 2 paintings in December, at least, not including any little paint gem minis, but I have definitely completed 2 paintings in December before Christmas. We shall see what the rest of the year brings, but I will need to update my logbook soon, because I am going to do a review of the paintings I've completed in 2023. It is one of the videos that I've got earmarked to do, but I've not done it yet. Partly because there will be paintings yet to finish. I want to do it a little bit closer to the time, just in case I get close to sneaking another one in. Like if I do Purple Tiger and actually finish that could sneak into my completed. So I do want to give it that's probably one of the ones I'm going to film between Christmas and New Year, just so I can make sure I've got the right amount of paintings. Kira says she just got home from getting her hair cut and coloured too. She says she took her great niece with me. She got hers done as well. She says she's getting all set up for holiday gatherings. Her daughter will be home tomorrow night, and she's getting so excited. That's what I was like when she walked in last night. I couldn't believe it. She says, she said, as soon as she wrote this, she stopped abruptly because her daughter came through the door. So your daughter's done exactly the same. Amazing. She says she hugged her forever. She says, so excited. She said, doesn't even cover how she feels now. She says, but she has no idea what she was going to say. Merry Christmas, everyone. everyone. It's amazing how kids can still make all thoughts go out of our head, even just by showing up. But no, you have an absolutely amazing time with your daughter. And girls are worse for throwing these little surprises, or better, who knows? Who knows which it is? But yeah, have an absolutely amazing time. Polly says, hi all. She says she has finished her advent calendar and she is now sitting there staring at it, trying to decide what picture is going to match up to what month on the calendar. They are interchangeable. So some of them probably would do for a few different months. Depends on your thoughts as well. So what's your crazy month? What's your month you need to breathe? And pop your just breathe on your crazy month, whether that be January after Christmas. Maybe you go on a whole January spring clean crazy themed reorganizing thing. Maybe it's December, maybe it is on the lead up to Christmas, maybe it's when you're getting ready to go on holiday. When is the month that you need to be told to breathe? And then others, I say we've had a few examples. Lips could be February, could be maybe your birthday month when you get your glad rags on, and whatever the rainy season is in your world could be the umbrella, but really any of them will go with any because they're just pretty. Polly says she's finished her small painting from the 24-day advent calendar. She says the picture is so cute, she says, from afar. The bookmark has been completed too. She said she loves the colours. See, look at all these extra little projects that everybody's squeezing in as an extra painting to be completed in that year. I've not completed my little painting yet, so maybe that's actually one that I'll do between now and Christmas, or between Christmas and New Year. So yeah, I definitely need to wait on my completed in 2023 until just a little bit closer to the time, because I know there is a couple of times when the kids are out but we're at home, so I'll probably be diamond painting a little bit more than I have been the last few weeks. I thought I was nearly done with comments and I went to scroll to the top and I'm not. Even though some of these are showing me that they were posted 14 hours ago, there's still loads. Oh well, it's fine. We'll have a longer WIP and Waffle later on. Bev, she says, hi everyone. She says, yes, as a crafter, she says she has lots of double-sided tape in various forms. She says, so another roll will always come in handy. She says she wants to wish me, my family and everyone watching a very Merry Christmas from me and mine. She says she thought she'd do it now while she remembers. She says, and I hope she's judged it right so it'll be read out before Christmas. You've judged it perfect, Bev, to be fair, because I've just placed the last diamond. She says, and if she's judged it wrong, she says she's just wished everyone a happy Christmas very early for next year. She says she hopes everyone is having a lovely day. Well, on that note, I think that was a perfect timing for a Merry Christmas, because the painting is finished. So let me move some of this stuff out of the way. I have just dropped a cap on the floor from the last number 7 that I was doing, so I will hunt that down in a moment. But let's, oh, it's there, it's behind me. The elusive. Let's put that on. But let's take this off the easel and lay it flat, because then I can see it in all its glory and I can rub my hands over it, and if I need to pop any diamonds back in, I can do. But our December 2023 event painting is finished. And I'm happy and sad all at the same time. Happy because it's Christmas time, I get to have some time with family. I've got to enjoy the last 24 days with you guys, but also sad because I do love the December event. Even if I know I can't keep it up for more months in the year, I do love it while I'm doing it. So to everybody, have an absolutely amazing Christmas. There will be some videos between now and New Year, but most of those will be pre-filmed. So I will wish you all a very, very happy New Year as well, because if I wish it you twice, what's wrong with that? But if I don't have any that are filmed really close to New Year, then at least I can rest easy knowing that I have said a happy New Year to you all. So have an absolutely amazing time. Thank you all so much for being here for this whole event. All the best with the giveaway. We will be drawing the giveaway at some point between Christmas and New Year. So do the odd check on your email, but we do email people a few times. We've not had anybody that's missed out on a prize due to not responding to the email yet. So there's always many ways that we try to get hold of people to ensure that they get their prizes. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here, and I'll speak to you again soon.